Right now at noon, the mother of a daughter murdered in 1999 finds her quest for justice blocked.
And we're continuing to track strong to severe thunderstorms today and later this afternoon.
Plus, we'll meet a Joplin High School student joining a prestigious summer program through MIT.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It's an alert day across our area as we're tracking severe weather and storms. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. We go straight to meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
So we've had a few storms already passing through the area, starting off right after midnight, continuing well into the early morning hours. Now temperatures across the region starting to warm up into the upper 60s out in Joplin. And we do have still some pretty fast wind gusts, strong wind gusts up to about 40 miles per hour. Now, the severe storm potential has increased. Just a few minutes ago, we started to see that we have now an enhanced risk. It's shifted from the northern counties now to the southeastern counties, and including that, we got Jasper, Dade, Lawrence County, and a few others south of Joplin. So we'll keep an eye on that. They're also in a hatch zone as well. And the same thing with hail. That has increased now to an enhanced risk. Hatch zone is still across all of our counties, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then wind still in that elevated risk. We do see some stronger wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour of some of these storms. In addition to that, there is a wind advisory issued for a few of our counties out in Kansas, and not to mention the flooding that's taken place through this morning storms and including all the rain we got from yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on that. There's a lot of road closures. You can go to our Facebook to see any of the road closures, especially out in Jasper County. Now, this is the rain amounts that we've seen so far across most of the counties. We've gotten about 3 to 7 inches of rain. However, if you take a look just west of Nevada, they got about 9 inches of rain. This is the last 48 hours total. There is one more stronger storm starting to move in towards Bentonville. We'll keep an eye on that, although not looking like it's going to turn into anything severe, just a straggler off of the storms that we just got. And then we'll have a bit of a break before we start to see more storms move in on the dry line. That'll be coming in around 2 o'clock on those western counties, and it'll strengthen by the time it reaches the Kansas-Missouri border. And that's going to be coming in around 4 to 5 p.m. We'll keep an eye on that and continue to update you as those storms develop. More details later.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, we're seeing another round of flooding in a number of low-lying areas across the 4 states. Here's a look at Route O south of out of Alba, Missouri by Spring River. Drivers there and elsewhere are advised to be cautious and might have to find alternate routes. And at about 10 a.m. today, Carthage Fire was alerted to a water rescue on Sierra 180 at Spring River northwest of Carthage. Vehicles on a roadway drove past the barricades and drove across the flooded road. There were 2 large spots where water crossed, and the driver stopped on dry land and called 911 for help. The driver was not injured and was rescued. However, the driver was ticketed as they did not obey a traffic control device and will have to appear in Jasper County Court. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. The mother of a 1999 Welch, Oklahoma murder victim is advocating for justice, but it seems, at least for now, her push for reform is stalled. In 1999, Laura Bible and Ashley Freeman went missing, and Danny and Kathy Freeman were found dead. It wasn't until 2018 that a suspect, Ronnie Busick, was arrested. Busick pleaded guilty to accessory to murder in the case and was sentenced to 10 years in prison with 5 years of probation. However, after 2.5 years, Busick was released. KOAM's Anthony Saviolo has reactions from the family on the bill stalling.
Lorraine Bible, Laura's mother, saw Busick's early release as an injustice and sought change through Laura and Ashley's law.
He was at the Freemans. He knew Danny and Kathy had been shot, the house set on fire. He watched them abduct the girls, bring them over here. He was part of this scene over here in this trailer where the girls were held. But you know, there was no consequences other than a slap on the wrist, go in and spend 2 years, get your health good, and you're out back on the streets 20 miles from here.
The bill adds first and second degree accessory to murder to the list of crimes, mandating offenders to serve 85% of their prison sentence before being eligible for parole consideration. It passed the Oklahoma House in February, then passed the Senate Judiciary Committee on March 26th.
I knew that you could go to jail for 45 years and spend 85% of that time in jail because you were an accessory, maybe you'd think twice. Or during the part of the investigation, hey, here's the deal. If you talk and you help, you can get a lower sentence. If not, if you're straight up, Ronnie Busick wouldn't tell us nothing.
However, the bill was not heard on the Senate floor by its deadline, so it seems as though this is where the bill stops.
Now we're going to go back and look at the reform so that the wording is, we don't want people to be in prison longer than they need to be. But there's also, this isn't a slap on the wrist. This isn't somebody went by and took $20 from you. This is somebody that watched people be murdered, girls be tortured, and did nothing.
Reporting in Ottawa County, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Lorene says she now has to refile for the bill to go through the whole process again. The bill will have to use different wording so as not to interfere with the Oklahoma prisoner reform. Well, a fifth suspect has been arrested in the killings of two Kansas women found buried in rural Oklahoma earlier this month. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says 31-year-old Paul Grice was arrested and taken to jail. He faces 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and a count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Authorities say Grice committed to taking part in the planning and killing of 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jillian Kelly. They say he also admitted to taking part in the burial in a cow pasture. 4 other suspects, including a married couple, have also each been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and other charges. Well, still ahead, a Joplin High School student is headed to MIT for a summer program. And later, we're making pretzel s'mores bites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. A Joplin High School junior will spend the summer participating in a Massachusetts Institute of Technology program. The prestigious opportunity is available to only about 80 students globally. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
From demonstrating basic science to elementary school students.
Now the key is to make sure that this piece of paper is not too wide.
To spending the summer in one of the most prestigious universities in the planet, MIT.
Because it's selective, it's a very small group of students who got accepted, and that allows you to develop tighter connections with the other students and with the faculty teaching the classes.
The MIT program offers a 6-week residential experience aimed at introducing rising seniors to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
I have a passion for STEM, and I take a lot of time out of my day to practice STEM and to learn about STEM. And so taking part in this program it really helps me truly know that I have a place in STEM.
Carvener knows exactly what that place is. He hopes to go to MIT for college and to become a physics researcher. But before that, he also hopes to bring that knowledge back to Joplin High School.
Next year, when I do another physics research project at the science research class here at the school, I'll have an even better pool of knowledge to pull from in making another research project.
Christian's teachers say they can't take too much credit for his achievements.
This summer I was taking my kids to the library, and sure enough Christian was there studying matrix algebra, just of his own volition, not even taking a class or anything.
I just feel like I've been a small little blip in his success. I mean, it takes a lot of dedication.
A commitment that makes them proud.
It's amazing because I know that's his dream, knowing that he actually gets to go spend time there and work with people that are in his expertise. It is very, very rewarding.
It makes me really proud to have been like a teeny tiny part of that and to have encouraged him.
For Carvener, a chance of a lifetime. But he wants more.
Helps me know that my future in STEM is looking bright.
In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Nearly 4,100 students applied this year, and academic record is one of the factors considered for acceptance. Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
It's National Pretzel Day. And to highlight these twisted favorites, we're whipping up a bite-sized dessert that's anytime special.
We're also continuing to track storms that are moving through the area later on this afternoon. Already this morning, we've had quite an eventful morning. A lot of rain leading to some flash floods and roads being closed due to all of the rain amount totaling up to nearly 6 to 7 inches in some areas. Now, outside 7th and Range Line in Joplin, it's clear right now. We don't have any rainfall, no storms yet. We will start to see those moving in the next couple of hours, starting around 2 to 4. That's when we're going to start to see those storms develop along the dry line. There is also a wind advisory issued until 7 p.m. for some of our Kansas counties. We're going to keep an eye on that. We could see some pretty damaging winds and wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. There's a couple more storms still sticking around after the main round of storms we got this morning. They're going through our southeastern counties. They're going to continue on out of here. We're not expecting any of those to turn into severe, but we do see lightning threats and wind threats as well. We're going to continue to watch that. Now, we've had a lot of rain in the area, nearly 3 to 7 inches across most of our counties on average. We do have a lot of road closures as well. Now, this is that storm we're taking a look at. There is that flash flood warning up near Pittsburgh and Joplin area. Keep an eye on all of the road closures. If you want to take a look, you can see on our Facebook page. We have some in Jasper County as well. Now, other than that, most of these storms will be moving through. Now, we had a lot of damaging wind reports, especially out in Tulsa. That's where these storms were the strongest. And as they entered some of our southern counties, we also saw some strong threats to those storms. Other than that, we're cooling off for the time being. We've got a few hours before those storms start to make their way in, and clouds will clear, which is a good thing, well, a bad thing for severe weather, but if you want that development, then clouds will clear. It destabilizes the atmosphere, and then when that dry line moves through, we'll see some more storms fire up along the dry line. Not like what we saw this morning. They're not going to be these scattered thunderstorms. It'll be an isolated thunderstorm or two passing through the area, but they will produce some severe threats if they do fire up. One of those being tornadoes. We have an elevated risk for especially our counties out in Kansas and some of them in Oklahoma and more of our northern counties in Missouri, but southeastern counties, we're an enhanced risk. If you're in Joplin or Lawrence County, Jasper County, Ottawa County, Cherokee County, all of those counties and south, we're in that enhanced risk and hatch zone. So tornado development is favorable in that area this afternoon. And the same thing goes for hail. We're in a significant hatch zone right here through all of our counties. In addition to that, enhanced risk for especially our counties out in Missouri. So we'll keep an eye on that. Not to mention those damaging winds. We can see wind gusting up to 70 miles per hour. So very strong wind gusts. Now let's take a look at the future track. We'll start to see this dry line pushing in the western counties. So this is about 2:30. Nothing too severe yet. They will start to fire up as they get a little bit closer to that Kansas-Missouri border. Here we start to see them strengthen. This is about 4 p.m. moving through Parsons, and then continuing on, we have them continuing to strengthen as they move through that border. Then they'll move out of the way off to the east, and we may see some more development that the models aren't quite picking up right now, but those could continue into the later evening hours. After that, we'll have a break, but we do have more storms tomorrow. So today is an alert day, tomorrow's an alert day, and Sunday is also an alert day. We have quite a few rounds of rainfall and thunderstorms in the next few days. We saw a lot of rainfall already. Some flood warnings issued for a lot of our counties, especially in the Northeast. They got the most amount of rain. We'll keep an eye on that, especially when more rain continues to track in. So that alert day is still set for this afternoon. Around 4 p.m. is when we're going to start to see those storms fire up, so keep an eye on that. Saturday will be later in the evening and overnight hours, which is dangerous due to the nightfall. We're not able to see some of those storms moving in or tornadoes developing, so another alert day. And then again, Sunday until later afternoon hours. So keep an eye on all those. After that, storms clear out Monday morning. Mostly clear day on Monday. Few scattered showers Tuesday and Wednesday. Few scattered thunderstorms Thursday. But after that, next weekend should be pretty clear.
All righty. Thanks, Lindsay. Well, stick around. We're making pretzel s'mores bites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, today is National Pretzel Day, and Howard is whipping up the perfect sweet treat to celebrate. Here's the recipe for pretzel s'mores bites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
It's National Pretzel Day. Yup, an entire day devoted to the pretzel. Here in the test kitchen, we love all kinds of pretzels, from the soft ones we find on the streets of Philadelphia to the hard ones that deliver a whole lot of crunch. In fact, with all the shapes and sizes available, there's a pretzel for just about everyone. Over the years, our love for pretzels has grown, and today, it's a $500 million industry in the U.S. alone. So in recognition of this day, we're making pretzel-inspired s'more bites that highlight our twisted friends. The first thing we did was line the bottom of a baking dish with refrigerated cookie dough and baked it off. While it's still warm, we top it with mini marshmallows. Over that goes a layer of these tiny pretzels. Some chocolate chips goes over this, and back into the oven it goes, just long enough for the chips to melt. Once it cools, we'll cut it into small squares and it's ready to serve. The combo of the sweet and salty, plus the crunch from the pretzels, makes these practically irresistible. To get the recipe in time for National Pretzel Day, all you have to do is visit our website and type in pretzel s'more bites. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a yummy, twisted way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, you can, of course, find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go on over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
We are in an alert day today. That lasts all the way through Sunday. This afternoon, we'll see some more thunderstorms moving through with some pretty severe threats. Along with that, we could expect large damaging hail, up to tennis ball sized hail. In addition to that, some damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, and we can't rule out a tornado or two as well. So keep your eye out and stay tuned in, and we'll continue to update you on the severe weather.
Absolutely. And coming up tonight at 5, from water to sports drinks, beverage companies are adding healthy ingredients, promising to do more than just quench your thirst. We're going to take a look at what beverage companies are calling functional beverages. Plus, karate competitors chop up the competition at Pittsburgh's 47th annual karate tournament. And more flooding and severe weather across the 4 states. We'll, of course, bring you the latest details. Join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. Well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll, of course, see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.